It was a chilly evening in London, the streets buzzing with people rushing home from the biting cold. On a bustling corner stood Leo, a young boy, barely 12 years old, selling newspapers. His hands were numb, his shoes were torn, but his eyes held a glimmer of unyielding hope. As he began to pack up his unsold papers, something caught his eye. A black leather wallet, lying abandoned near the bus stop. He picked it up. His heart pounded as he opened it. Inside, he found £500, a few credit cards, and an ID. He stared at the cash, his mind racing. This was more money than he'd seen in his entire life. It could feed his family for weeks, maybe even months. He looked up at the darkening sky and whispered to himself, maybe this is a blessing. But then, his gaze fell upon a photograph tucked inside a clear sleeve. It was a picture of a smiling little girl with her father, the same man from the ID. Leo's chest tightened. He imagined the little girl, maybe waiting for her dad, maybe needing something important. With a heavy sigh, he put the wallet securely in his pocket. He knew what he had to do. Following the address on the ID, Leo walked 3 long miles through the frosty streets. Finally, he reached the house and knocked hesitantly on the door. A man with tired red-rimmed eyes opened it, his face etched with worry. "Sir," Leo said softly, holding out the wallet. "I think this is yours. I found it near the bus stop." The man's jaw dropped. He took the wallet, his hands trembling as he opened it and checked the contents. Everything was there. Not a single pound was missing. Tears welled up in his eyes, and he knelt down to Leo's level. "Son," he said, his voice thick with emotion, "I've been searching for this all evening. This money. It was for my daughter's medicine. How can I ever thank you?" Leo just smiled shyly. "You just did, sir." The man insisted on giving him a reward, but Leo politely refused and turned to leave. He walked away into the cold night, his small frame disappearing into the fog, but his heart was warmer than it had ever been. The next morning, as Leo returned to his usual corner, he saw a familiar face waiting for him. It was the man from last night, holding a steaming cup of hot tea. "I own a small shop just around the corner," the man said with a warm smile. "I could really use an honest, hard-working boy like you." Leo's eyes widened in disbelief. "Really, sir?" The man nodded. "You returned my wallet. Now, let me return your faith in people." That day, Leo learned a powerful lesson. When you choose honesty over your own comfort, life has a way of rewarding you, not always with money, but with something far more valuable: miracles. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Royal Reads, because even the smallest acts of honesty can change someone's entire world. Thank you for watching.